Welcome to the Emporium Outdoors. My name is Michael, and today I'm going to give you an update on the Leatherman Signal. So I've been carrying the Leatherman Signal as a EDC for the last 3 weeks or so, since I switched over from my other Leatherman, which is the T4. So it was a bit of a change to have a full-size Leatherman on my belt all the time, and I wanted to let you know what I thought of it, whether it's comfortable to carry, and I also have a genuine question for the viewers out there on another option that I'm considering, but I'm not sure. So stick around, I'll ask that question at the end. So today I'm filming from my toy hauler travel trailer, and I've been doing a lot of work on the trailer, getting it ready for our first really big trip. We're going away for a week or more. And I've been using the Signal for as many tasks as I could, just to make sure that, it did what I thought it would. Was it missing anything? Did it need anything further? And I just want to let you know what I actually thought of it as an EDC. So on the whole, it's worked really, really well. So I've used it out camping as well on a trip that I took. I used the ferro rod on the side. It actually works really well. I'd probably buy a spare to go with this, because I'm just one of those people that I hate using something up and not having a spare in my back pocket if I need it. It's just a thing, don't worry about it, you'll get over it. And it's been really good. The other thing which I found really useful, which I thought was a bit of a gimmick, was actually the sharpener. I use that a lot. So when I've used the knife, just have it, I'll take it out, give it a couple of strokes either side and put it back, and the knife has remained razor sharp ever since then. It does have the one hand opening, as you can see, which has come in useful as I've been doing tasks, etc. And the saw as well, I've used a couple of times, and this is not terrible for a short saw. Actually works really well, and I've been using the back of this to actually strike from the firelighter. Overall, the tool has been really good. I'm probably not going to switch away from this again for the moment until the end, and we'll see what we all decide. And I've really enjoyed it. Some of the tools that I've used quite a lot is obviously the bit driver. Been using that. It's interchangeable. So when I've been doing work on the trailer, rather than running to get a screwdriver, I can just get this out, do what I need to do, etc. I have used the tin opener because we didn't have one on the trailer on our camping trip, so I had to use that. Works just as you'd expect. So no shocks there. The one thing that it doesn't do very well, which I don't know if this is a me thing or just generally, but if you look at the way that the bit driver is built, I like to kind of close up the Leatherman, and you can't. Like, so you're left kind of forcing it into another position. So we'll do that, which is not terrible. It's kind of a longer version, and you can do it and it works, but I really like it when you can actually close it up and use your whole hand to kind of grip and tighten or loosen things. So that's kind of an oddity. I'm not sure about this function anyway, this hammer thing. I think it's a little bit unnecessary. I've used it once, I think, to drive pegs, because that's what it's meant to be used for, obviously for camping, to drive things. But you know, if you miss hitting a peg with this, it's going straight in your hand. So I don't know how confident I would be bashing in pegs with that. And it's obviously pretty light. You're better off just grabbing a rock, or if you have an axe, it's a much better option. I love the color. I love the feel of it. It feels very, very good in the hand. And overall, it's probably my favorite Leatherman that I own. I do carry it in the sheath, but you do have the option with the pocket clip as well, so you can just slide in your pocket. I would say it's a little heavy to actually carry in the pocket, but I prefer the sheath. And I obviously can't forget the unique Leatherman thing, which is obviously the pliers. I have used the cutters quite a few times for stripping wires when I did all my electrical work, putting the solar into the trailer. And I've used different faces of the pliers as well to either grab nuts so I can loosen things off, or grab things. So overall, it's been pretty much perfect. If I had to give this a score of usability for what I use it for, I would say it's probably a 7 for using around the house. But when it comes to camping, I would say this is probably a 9. Yeah, probably a 9. I would go around that. I love the way that I know I can start a fire, which in Canada, if you're out camping, being able to start a fire is very, very important indeed, whether it's winter or summer. Because if you do get lost in the forest, one of the best ways to signal for help is obviously a smoke fire, and having the ability to make a fire is a big difference. So for me, that's pretty much a unique feature that I don't want to move away from. So there is another piece of kit that I've been using alongside the Signal while I've been doing all the fixing of my trailer, and it's this thing. Carry this in my pocket all the time. This is the Wuban EDC flashlight. It's very, very basic. I normally carry like an O light in my pocket sometimes, or in my keychain, like a small one. But it was a little bit small. But this thing, it's expensive. That's the only downside. But this is actually pretty amazing. So one thing I like about this Wuban, as opposed to something like an O light or other flashlights that I have, is just under this little flap here, got a USB Type-C charger. So whenever I'm not using it, I can plug it in by the side of my bed, because I have a USB Type-C charger for my iPad, for instance. I just switch it over, plug it in. It has a simple lock, so it won't come on. You tap it 4 times. And then we have, I think it's 3 levels of illumination. And it'll just cycle through. And then once we're off, I think twice gives you the blinky light for self-defense. And to make sure it doesn't operate in your pocket, all you have to do is tap it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. It locks and it won't operate in your pocket. And it does have a pocket clip, which not too bothered about the pocket clip. It seems to fit the pocket really well. Feels great. Feels very, very rugged, and I can attest to that because, like I say, I've dropped this, I've kicked it, I've done all sorts of things to this thing, and it still functions. And the real big thing for me is on the bottom, it's got a magnet. So when I'm working inside the trailer, if I can find something metal, I can just clip it to that, and I can illuminate my work area, especially inside a travel trailer. You're going in behind all different panels, etc. And this thing has done fantastic. And to be honest, doing work like this would be my preferred flashlight. There wouldn't be another flashlight I would grab in place of this. So I've been really happy with this over the last 6 weeks. I think I've been using it. Haven't had a problem with it at all. So the only downside is it is pretty expensive, but they do go on sale. And like I say, I've really put this through the ringer. It's been actually quite fantastic. So I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in something like this. I don't think it's for everybody. I'd like to try out more of their products because they are different. Highly recommended. One of the best flashlights I've actually used probably for a very long time. So that's a little bonus for my EDC. These 2 things, I feel I could probably go anywhere and, you know, get by, survive, get the job done. These are perfect companions in my opinion. So down to the question that I posed at the beginning of the video. I do have a genuine question for the audience, and that is, should I upgrade from the Signal to the Arc? So in Canada, the Arc is probably around $300. I think Cabela's are selling them for $300. It's a bit of a jump. This was pretty expensive. Probably this is the most expensive Leatherman that I own. And I think it was $190, something like that. So I'm looking at an extra $100 plus to get the Arc. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I've looked at quite a few reviews online, and you know, people rave about them. They say they're amazing, but I don't really know how much they use them. A lot of reviewers jump from knife to knife to knife, or Leatherman to Leatherman to Leatherman. So do they use them consistently before they jump onto something else? I don't know. So if you're an Arc user and you've had it for a while, they're relatively new. But if you use it day to day, let me know your thoughts. Or if you're thinking of buying one, let me know in the comments why you would choose it. I would lose the function of the fire lighting, which I don't know if I want to lose that, because it's one of those things I really do like about the Signal, that unique selling feature. And this does, I'd say, like 90% of everything I want. Should I spend the extra money, get the Arc? and then maybe just save this for camping, but that means switching out. I like just having one thing that I can carry anywhere. Maybe it's just a compromise, or do I get the arc and then have a nice sheath where I can put in a ferrocerium rod and a few other things. That's what I used to do with my Swiss Army knife. In the pouch I had the SOS pouch, which you can no longer get, but on one side I had a ferrocerium rod, I had a fishing kit, other side I had like sticking plasters, etc. So I carried extra things in there as well. So let me know in the comments what you think. Should I upgrade? Should I not? And until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.